Aditi. Okay, so you will start by explaining your name. What does it mean, and how did you get your name?
Yes, sir. So Altamash basically means a vanguard or a rather protector of a protector. I got this name from my aunt. Uh, I mean, she was inspired by the king. He was called Iltutmish, but then with generations after generations, it got diluted and got changed into Altamash and so. And her perspective was that it was a king named Altamash, so she named him. But the meaning of my name means a vanguard or a protector, a commander of an army.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what about the last name?
My surname is Mulani. So basically it is considered as a caste. I mean, up until my great grandfather, they were butchers. Uh, in Maharashtra, it is like the Alutedar and the Balutedar system. So Mulani is a caste category that belong to this system, who are basically butchers back to 5, 6 generations ago.
Okay. Are you the first one in your family to get education, or uh, does your family values education since last some generation?
My father is a matriculate. My mother got her education up until eighth grade, and after that, I mean, I am the generation to study till graduation. So, like, I am the first generation in my family to study up until graduation for now. Hopefully,
Yes,
masters as well.
hopefully masters. And what about your neighborhood, like where you do live? What's the
So yeah,
like what is the environment regarding the education and getting?
so I live in Thane, which is very close to Mumbai. So I think whatever the trends that happen in Mumbai also happens in Thane. So with respect to education, I think there is quite an awareness. I don't see a problem with respect to education. But yes, if you go deeper into communities and so there are some issues where a girl child faces a discrimination with respect to education. They have their reasons for it, but it is on a very lesser scale. I think education is not that much of an issue here in Thane or Mumbai for that matter.
Okay, since you are the first one in your family to complete graduation, what are the challenges that you faced in this journey?
Sir, I don't think I would call it as a challenge. I think my father was quite aware how important education is. I think if any challenge he would have faced, any challenge we faced as a family, that would be on his end. Yeah, he always made sure that I had the best education that I could, the best resources that I could. So I never felt that I am the first one to graduate, or I didn't do anything on myself. I think all the efforts that were from my end, but all the efforts from that requires for a person to get educated, like the financial aspect or the understanding in the family how education is important. I think that was on my father's side. I luckily did not face any type of struggle with education.
Okay, so you completed your bachelor's in social work
Yes.
from TISS Soljapur.
No. I did it from Nirmala Niketan. It
Okay,
is,
sorry, you did it
yeah,
from Nirmala Niketan. So
yes.
why do you want to move from social work to hospital administration?
Although I never got a chance to directly work in health setting or a health sector, but during my time in graduation, I had worked with community-based organizations, and I also got to work with some rural-based organizations. And a key factor that I noticed is that health was an underlying concept in all those things. I came to a conclusion that health is a subject or health is a matter that has its effect on various settings or various sectors. Also, various settings and sectors affect health. So I think that working in a health is the best thing I could do as a social worker to contribute to the society. I mean, through health, I would be able to impact various other sectors. So for me, health was the ideal sector to work in. And I had some interest in managerial role and administrative role. I enjoy working with multiple domains. That makes work more interesting. So I was drawn to masters in hospital administration in general. like the non-clinical aspect of
Okay. So since it is your first interview, let me keep it little feedback oriented.
it. Yeah.
So the answer that you've given is not sufficient because you successfully pitched your interest in health, but the last line which you tried to make it about hospital administration was not sufficient,
Mhm.
and everything that you are telling is more aligned to public health than hospital administration.
Okay.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
rather than pitching about health issues and health concerns, should be pitching the concern about procedural care that is happening in rural setup or even urban setups where quality is not being regulated.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can talk about
Okay.
that, and then you can talk about the growth or the rise of the need of good administration of healthcare system, the hospital system in community or in society.
So I should be more specific to for hospital administration rather
Yes,
than
yes.
healthcare.
When it
Okay.
has been asked that why do you want to move from social work to MHA,
Mhm.
your answer is more aligned towards MPH.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'll
So,
just write it down.
hmm. So you did talk about your interest is also in management and working with all the
Yes.
departments. How
Yes.
did you find this interest? Like, how did you know that you have this interest?
So I also have a work experience of 1 year where I was working with a developmental organization that was working in the educational setting. So there I started as a facilitator, and then within 5 months or 6 months, I was promoted to project coordinator, where I was looking at the project management of the project that I was working for the entire school, where I was managing, I was looking after the operations, I was working with two different projects as well, since they were in a way overlapping or I mean, had a common setting, a common factor in it. So there, I developed the interest of having a working with various sectors, like collaborative aspect of it. So there, I developed, and I mean, I'm interested with the managerial part. I like the leadership aspects of it. Like you have authority to some extent to be the change maker in it, to think about ideas, to overlook it, to implement it. So that aspect of it is what got me interested in managerial and the other things.
So, what is your preference here in TISS? Like, how you have made your preferences?
So MHA, hospital administration, and then is MPH, health administration,
Just two course
and disaster management.
and disaster management. Give me some. Matlab, why did you make this choice of your preference? And
Uh,
also tell me why this order was most preferable for it from your side.
Yes, sir. So, sir, health sector was the very first aspect for me, and like I told you, my interest towards managerial and administrative aspects of it. So that allowed me to put MHA first, and later with respect to disaster management. I mean, if I be honest, health sector and disaster are the two most rising sectors that I see. I see the dependency on it is going to be huge, not with the monetary gains of it, but I think I would like to be a part of system where I am contributing towards the society. And I think with the wars and pandemics and everything that is going, we see climate changes happening. I think there is going to be a very much dependency on disaster as well and health as well. So first health and then it was disaster management for me. So you are new.
Yes, yes. Okay. So, health sector to disaster management. Uh, why you did not, matlab, like, continued with another subject from health, and why you are applying for disaster management? Okay, I think you tried to cover it, but it was not very clear there. Okay. So, because
Yes.
this question, whenever someone is asking this question, no? the underlying criteria or rubric part, where I want to give marks is about on your analytical ability.
Mhm.
So the answer of the question doesn't matter. What kind of
Mhm.
analysis that you are making to put this preference, and
Mhm. Mhm.
for that, matlab we or someone asks this question to you. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the next question for you is like, what will you do once you complete your degree of masters in Hospital
Sir, my initial plan, I have set it for only first 5 years. I think I believe in setting small and achievable goals. I think initially I would like to work in an healthcare institute that is established, so I get to learn the nuances of everything. I think it is better for my learning curve, and hopefully then I'll like to implement the skills that I have learned in institutes that require more care, like rural settings or healthcare centers that are not doing that well in it. So I think the learning aspect and then implementing of it would help me become more efficient in the field that I am. And longer goals, then the sky's the limit, I think.
ओके ठीक है अभी इस बार तो इतना ही रखते हैं फर्स्ट लेट
Hmm.
कंप्लीट योर आईपीडी बिकॉज हर जगह ना
Mhm.
थोड़ा कम कम सा है बिकॉज वी
Mhm.
आर नॉट गेटिंग आई एम नॉट गेटिंग मतलब पहला क्वेश्चन तो बहुत अच्छा था बिकॉज इट वाज अबाउट योर पास्ट एंड योर फैमिली तो
Mhm.
वो दैट वाज फाइन अब उसमें क्या है कि उसमें सिर्फ कम्युनिकेशन के नंबर मिलेंगे मतलब कोई भी
Mhm.
अलग कोई एलियन चीज का नंबर नहीं मिलता देर आर फिक्स
Mhm.
क्राइटेरिया फॉर विच यू गेट मार्क्स ठीक है
Mhm.
सो
Mhm.
क्वेश्चन हम कुछ भी पूछ रहे हैं हाँ ये कि ये है कि थोड़ा बहुत एम्पैथी या फिर थोड़ा सिंपैथी क्रिएट हो सकता है फॉर समवन या फिर किसी से लोग कनेक्ट कर सकता है फॉर द रीजन कि आप मेरे ही रीजन से हो या मेरे कास्ट से हो या फिर
Mhm.
समथिंग आई हैव आल्सो बीन एक्सपीरियंस्ड बट उसकी कोई नंबर नहीं मिलते ठीक है
Mhm.
तो नंबर बहुत स्पेसिफिक चीजों के होते हैं कम्युनिकेशन का सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज का तो अभी
Mhm.
आई कुड नॉट आस्क क्वेश्चन अबाउट द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ हॉस्पिटल्स या व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस बीइंग फेस्ड बाय हॉस्पिटल्स तो उसका कोई कई क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं टू चेक दैट है ना
Mhm.
आई डिड नॉट आस्क क्वेश्चन अबाउट नॉर्मल हेल्थ केयर सिनेरियो इन इंडिया है ना और वर्ल्ड
Mhm.
वाइड what are the
Mhm.
open challenge that we are facing in health sector so on
Mhm.
those criteria will be given marks so currently with
Mhm.
with this interview actually I can put marks for only 2 or 3 criteria there okay
Mhm.
so next
Mhm.
time once we complete the IPD we'll be taking full-fledged interviews okay
Yes, sir. Although, sir, what are the aspects that you think I should work on? Like my analytical ability, is it strong? Or the way
see
I
देखो
justify my
उसमें
answers
क्या
are.
है ना the biggest challenge here is you cannot improvise a lot in terms of your analytical ability right now
Mhm.
the only thing you can do or you should do or everyone should do is ki understand the question why it is being asked
Mhm.
the moment told you that why do you want to shift from social work to MHA the
Mhm.
underneath question is what do you know about MHA
Mhm.
the moment I asked you give me why did you make this preference order the
Mhm.
underneath question is how do you analyze your goals
Mhm.
या your वो मतलब द एनालिटिकल एबिलिटी इज बीइंग चेक तो होता
Mhm.
क्या है कि whenever you answer आपको लगता है कि हम सही बोल रहे हैं बट इट वाज नॉट तो एमएचए पे अगर उसी क्वेश्चन पे मुझे मार्क्स देना होता है
Mhm.
ना तो मैं नहीं देता तुम्हें सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज
Mhm.
बट कई बार होता है कि प्रोफेसर ऑल्सो नो कि यू प्रॉब्ली हैव मिस्ड टू टेल दिस क्योंकि तुम्हें पता नहीं है कि हम क्या पूछ रहे हैं तो दे
Mhm.
आस्क यू अगेन इन अदर फॉर्मेट क्योंकि उनको मार्क्स देना है 20
Mhm.
में तो इसलिए इंटरव्यू के कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी को समझोगे तो अपने आप ही तुम्हारा सही हो जाएगा ठीक है
Mhm.
तो एवरी
Mhm.
टाइम व्हेन आई विल टेक इंटरव्यू ऑफ एनीवन तो तुम्हें पता चलेगा कि हम कैसे ले रहे हैं और जब मार्क्स देने
Mhm.
की बात आएगी ना आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग दैट आल्सो कि व्हाई आई एम गिविंग दिस मार्क्स टू समवन
Mhm.
एंड यू गाइस विल रियलाइज कि कई बार लगेगा ना कि तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू तो बहुत ही अच्छा था इतना कम नंबर कैसे मिला वो ऐसे ही होता है अगर बैच
So,
मार्किंग का केस हटा दिया जाए तो
sir, what I felt right now is the moment you asked me a question, no,
हम्म
there is a flood of thoughts that come to my mind. I mean, I have so many answers for a particular question. तो वहाँ पे ना थोड़ा conflict हो जाता है कि which one do I say first? ऐसे हो जाता है।
नहीं तो
लाइक व्हेन यू
वैसे
आस्क
केस
मी।
में यू कैन जस्ट से कि सर गिव मी मतलब 5 सेकेंड टू थिंक, है ना। तो ऐसे बोलने बहुत अच्छी बात है, देखिए सोच के बोलना इज ना वन ऑफ द बेस्ट क्वालिटी समवन कैन हैव। तो अगर आप कभी इंटरव्यूअर को बोलते हो कि सर थोड़ा रुक जाओ, तो वो अच्छी बात है, उससे कोई नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट नहीं आता। ठीक है।